Good morning, all. Able to hear me?
Yeah, Navin.
Thanks for the confirmation. That's the reason, see, majority have not joined yet. Almost all, hardly 30% people have joined. That's the reason I won't take in regular classes the accounting and this thing, because it's a waste of time. But anyways, okay. You know that, right? What is the module we are doing in SAP? Which module we are doing?
FICO.
FI
CO.
and CO, right? So here we know that what is FI stands for. It's nothing but finance, right? And same time, this is nothing but your controlling, right? So in academic, we call it as an in academic, we call it as an cost and management accounting. Management accounting. Here it's a finance. So controlling is nothing but a combination of your cost and management accounting. So what do you mean by a finance? So what is the purpose of financial accounting? Or you can call it as an financial accounting. What is the purpose of financial accounting? What is the purpose? What exactly the financial accounting means?
Simple language, I can say the recording of all the business transactions.
Yeah, what is the main purpose? Okay, I understood the functional is recording of transactions. But what is the main purpose of the financial accounting?
To prepare the financial statements and submit to the legal authorities.
Not exact, only for legal authorities.
And other, like for issuing on the, like if the company is listed, we want to issue that financials on the.
I'll tell you. See, there are many more are there. Why the financial? So you can write like this, or you want to write it. Financial accounting focuses. The main focuses on historical financial data. Historical financial data. Financial data, which is already occurred. Which is already occurred means when we can prepare our financial accounting, already the transaction has already completed. Clear? We will see what do you mean by transaction also. But what do you mean by financial accounting? Financial accounting focuses on majorly on historical financial data, means which already completed, money or money's worth. Clear? Then that the finance will focuses majorly on the historical data of finance, and same time the main primary purpose of financial accounting, right? The primary purpose of financial accounting, okay, the primary purpose of financial accounting write it down. The primary purpose of financial accounting is to provide necessary information, necessary financial information about the business or whatever it is, about the business or organization or company, about the business, to internal means owners, partners. Okay, to internal and as well as external users, like banks, investors, right? We can call it as in lenders, legal authorities, and legal authorities. Here, this is what do you mean by finance? Finance is nothing but financial accounting focuses more on historical financial data, means whatever happened related to finance. So it focuses more on that, which is already occurred. Next one, the primary purpose of financial accounting, whatever reports we generate, already generated. So that is for internal purpose and as well as an external users, internal users and as well as an external users. Internal users, nothing but owners want to know about what is the position of the business, right? Same time, partners wants to know about what is the position of business, right? These people are internal. When it comes to external, like again, shareholders, right? Debenture holders, right? Banks, investors, whatever investors I said, lenders and other legal authorities. Legal authorities is tax purpose or any other purpose. So all the legal tax, this is nothing but finance. Is this clear? Financial accounting. So what is FI? FI, whatever module we are doing right now. So that is a completely historical data, what we are doing right now. Means if already transaction occurred, then only we will record in the books of accounts. Clear? Without happening of an event, without happening of a transaction, we can't record in the books of accounts. So that is the reason it is called it as a financial historical data. Financial historical data. So that is, and what is the main purpose? The functionality. It focuses, as I said, that there are two, focused and purpose. Focus is historical data. And what is the purpose? So to exhibit the reports to internal users and as well as external users. You know, any organization, any business, right? Who are the internal users and who are the external users? Is this clear? Any questions in this? Any questions?
No, Naveen.
Okay. So when it comes to, first I'll take it as in costing. Okay. So when I say costing, right? When I say costing, costing is not an historical data. What is the function of this one? Okay. What is the function of costing is, costing will focuses more on current cost, not on historical cost. Costing focuses more on current cost and whatever and the purpose and the primary purpose of cost accounting is to provide necessary cost related information about the business to internal users. Only internal users. Clear? So costing current focuses more on current cost, current expenditure. Clear? So, and the primary purpose, so whatever reports we generate, okay, that will not exhibit to external users. The cost will not be exhibited to external users. This will be exhibited only to the relevant internal users only. Clear? Why? For decision making purpose. For decision making purpose. Clear? Any questions on this? Okay. Or you can take it as a current cost of producing goods or services Okay, this is extremely for internal users. And when it comes to management accounting, clear? What do you mean by exactly the management accounting? So it is a combination. How here I can say that management accounting focuses on both historical and future data historical and future data with the motive of improving organizational or business organizational performance. Understood this. So whereas when it comes to management accounting focuses more on historical and future data. Clear? So it will check cash flow, how much cash we paid, how much cash we received, and what would be the future cash we are going to pay, how much cash we are going to receive, what is the funds flow, what is the movement of funds. So historical data and clear. So this is again the primary purpose of management accounting. Management accounting is to provide the necessary information to the management, means nothing but internal, to the management for proper decision making, decision making. So understood this. Finance, completely financial, historical data. Costing, current cost of the business in production, manufacturing goods and services. When it comes to management accounting will consider both historical data and future data. Cost and management accounting only for internal users. When it comes to FI, financial accounting, whatever reports we generate, that is for both internal and as well as external users. So any questions here? So here we are going to combine in our FICO module. So in FI, we will see only the financial data, financial historical data and financial different reports. But when it comes to CO module, controlling module, we are going to see the complete cost accounting and as well as a management accounting. Only cost sheets, job sheets, right? Only those things we will focus, and we will combine with the management accounting, how they can take the decision making. So cash flows, funds flows, right? Ratios, how the ratios will be calculated, and all those stuff we are going to see in management accounting. So we have a cash flows. We will prepare different cash flow statements. We will prepare different funds flow statements. Clear? All those things we are going to see in our management accounting. That is nothing but CO module. Any questions? Yes, no. Hello.
No, Naveen.
Okay. Kindly respond, please, once again. I'm requesting you. Right? So understood, right? What is the purpose of our FI and CO majorly, right? So this is the thing. When it comes to, again, earlier also we discussed. So what is accounting, correct? So first of all, we will see, what do you mean by debit? What do you mean by credit? What is debits and credit? Quick. Don't kill the time. What is debit? What is credit? Hope, am I reachable to you people?
Yeah, Naveen.
Yeah. Please let me know. What is debit? What is credit? What is debit? What is credit?
When the money is deducted, it is debit, and when the money comes in, it is a credit.
Okay. Not exactly that. If a layman is there, right? I am from non-commerce, right? And I know pretty well that in accounting, we will have a debit and credit, right? So I need to understand. So I asked, as a layman, I asked, what do you mean by debit and what do you mean by credit? Correct. If you say debit, if money deductor, or credit, money added, then is it related to only this? Then you say that debit, the receiver or something else. Then what is that debit? Okay. Before that, we need to understand the term called account. I said here, accounting, cost and management accounting, financial accounting, correct? Financial accounting. So what exactly the term account? Accounting, first we need to understand this terminology. The next, accountancy. What is this? What is account? I think I have explained same batch. What is an account? Quick, yes, no. If you know, if you don't know, then let me know. I can proceed because we are running short of time.
The language of business.
Exactly. But why we call it as a language? Why we call it as a language of business? Yeah, you're right. It's a language of business only. I'll tell you. See here. Again, I am taking same example, whatever I did in the last sessions. See, for example, there are 4 people are there. There are 4 people are there. One person A, he knows only English. He knows only English. Okay, or sorry, not this. I'll take the person. 3 people are there. I'll take internal Marathi. Okay, and in between, there is a Hindi guy. Okay, so this person, out of these 3 people, so these 2 persons knows only Marathi. Other than Marathi, they don't know any other Indian language. They don't know any other Indian language. And this person, whoever is sitting in between, right? And this person knows only Hindi. Apart from Hindi, he doesn't know any other language. He doesn't know any other language. Clear? So these people are exchanging words in Marathi. Will this person can understand?
No.
No. Why? Because
Language.
he doesn't know. What do you mean by language exactly? What exactly language means?
Communication.
Exactly. What we communicate to the opposite person. That is called a language. That could be anything. That could be oral, verbal, written, body language, or whatever it is. If we are able to communicate the opposite person or persons, then that is considered as a language. That is not, that means it doesn't mean only always verbal. It could be any way. Clear? In the same way, here, this person doesn't know Marathi, and these two people are exchanging their words in Marathi, right? So Marathi is a human language. Okay, I'll come up. Same time, same. Two Hindi people are there. These people knows only Hindi, and in between a Marathi guy is there and Hindi person. And this person doesn't know anything apart from Marathi, and these persons doesn't know apart from Hindi any other language. And these people are exchanging the words in Hindi. So what? Will this person able to understand?
No.
Absolutely not. And same time, for example, I am assuming that we all are from accounting background people. So for example, two chemistry students are there in this particular session, and we are belongs to accounting, correct? And we are not aware, I'm not aware of chemistry majority. So these people are using the terminology of chemistry, SO2, HO2, something like that, H2O, something like that. They are exchanging the chemistry terminology. So will we follow being an accounting student?
No, we won't understand.
Sorry? We won't.
No.
We won't. So same time, we are accounting student. We are accounting students. In between, one non-accounting, I'm taking chemistry as an example. That's it. And we are all are from accounting background people. So here, we are accounting. We know only accounting, and this is, he is a chemistry, he or she is a chemistry student. And I have given a transaction, sold goods for cash, 5,000. So what would be your answer? What would be your answer for this? This is a transaction, right? What would be your answer for this? What would be the entry you will write for this?
Cash account data to
It's not Datar, it's a debited. Okay.
debit
Cash account debited
to sales.
to sales, correct? To sales account, whatever may be the amount. So here in the first instance, sold goods for cash. Sold goods for cash. So this particular, this is what is this statement is in English. This statement is in English. So chemistry person knows English very well. So will he understand this statement? Will he understand this statement? Because it's in English. But will he understand this one?
No, you won't.
So same time I said, same accounting students are there. I said, or I'll take salaries, account debited to cash. So there's a transaction, journal entry I wrote. So what do you mean by this? What do you mean by this? What would be the statement?
Paid salaries.
Paid?
Paid salaries.
I asked account student. So am I able to communicate with this transaction?
Yes.
This entry. But will chemistry student will understand this?
No.
No, why? So I'm able to communicate between two account students, but I'm not able to communicate chemistry students. Clear? So what does it mean? See, I took Marathi, Hindi, chemistry, accounting, right? Accounts or commerce, whatever it is. So Marathi, Hindi, whatever other language, those are human languages, right? And those languages will have some sort of specific words, specific grammar, clear? And the people who knows about that words, that grammar, will understand that particular language. The person who doesn't know about those words, grammar, or whatever it is, those people won't understand. Clear? Here when I took Marathi, means these people knows about Marathi words, Marathi grammar, past tense, present tense, and future tense. So those people will understand, the two people, when they communicate. But Hindi person doesn't know about Marathi words, grammar, and past, whatever you call, right? In the same way here also. But when it comes to chemistry, I said, chemistry is a branch of science. Chemistry is a branch of science, right? So here, what do you mean by a science? Science is a systematized body of language. What do you mean by science? Science is a systematized body of language. I said body of language. What exactly science? Science is a systematized body of language. One particular system, body language is nothing but your science. Understood? So what could be? It could be. What does it mean? For example, if I say a body, in the sense nothing but a television is one systematized body. So the person who knows about that electronic things will understand, right? Chemical, right? If I say some chemical research, so only those person will understand who knows about those terminologies. Clear? If I say laptop, if I say chip, electronic chipset, or something else, RAM, ROM, right? The person who is related to that particular branch will understand. Clear? So what is chemistry? Chemistry is a branch of science. And what is science? Science is a systematized body of language, right? When it comes to account, as you said, now I'm saying account is a language of business. And chemistry is having their own principles, some rules, clear? However, human language, we have grammar and words. In our these things, we will have, these are not human languages. These are not human languages. There is a science systematized body of language. Account is a business language. So same way, whatever grammar and words we have, here we will have some sort of rules, principles, clear? So those things will be there. The person who knows about those rules, those principles, will understand this particular language. Will understand this particular language. So same way, account, as I said, so account, as I've used the term. What do you mean by account? Account is a majority people, whenever I asked account, in the sense, people will say that account is nothing but bank account, cash account, some other answers I'll get, not irrelevant answers I'll get. So what do you mean account? Account is a language of business. Language of business. Okay. And as I said, that every language will have its own rules and principles and regulations. So account is a language of business, which is in capital T form. Capital, everybody knows it, but still I'm telling you. Capital T form. Means your account, every account, any account will have a T form, T shape, right? T form, which has two sides. That is left-hand side, and the right-hand side. Okay. The left-hand side of any account, remember that any account it could be a bank account, it could be your cash account, it could be your vendor account, it could be your customer account, any account. Okay. The left-hand side of any account is known as debit or debit side. Debit side, which is abbreviated as DR, capital D and small r. Whereas, and the right hand side of any account is known as credit or credit side. Credit side, which is abbreviated as CR. Understood now? What is an account? Account is a language of business which is in capital T form. Which is in capital T shape. Any account will have T form, right? And which has two sides, the left hand side and the right hand side. The left hand side of any account is known as a debit side, and the right hand side of any account is known as a credit side. That's the reason somebody said this particular entry as an cash account Datar. I said that's the reason I stressed. Don't call this as a Datar. Datar means a person. Datar means a person, right? So here you need to say it as a cash account debited. Cash account debited to sales account. Debit is different, Datar is different. Debit is a accounting side, right? Datar is nothing but a person. Understood, everyone?
Yeah, Naveen.
Okay.
Clear.
Then next, what do you mean by an accounting here? See, here I mentioned here it is on management accounting, cost accounting, right? Financial accounting. What exactly that? So now I understood. I know what do you mean by account. Now everyone knows what do you mean by debit and what do you mean by credit. Everybody knows. But if someone asks what do you mean by debit and credit, majority people, 99% people will say the rules, principles, rules of accounting. What comes debit, what comes in credit, what goes out, debit the receiver, credit the giver, debit all expenses, losses, credit all incomes and gains. Like that people. But I'm not asking the rule. I'm asking what is debit and what is credit. In simple. Correct? So what do you mean by debit? Can anyone answer now? Quick, please. What do you mean by debit? I think people are waiting others to answer.
Debit is a part of account which comes on the
Simple.
left hand
Debit
side.
is, yeah, debit is nothing but the left hand side of any account. Someone is asking you, what do you mean by debit? The left hand side of any account is known as a debit or debit side. The right hand side of any account is known as a credit or credit side. Simple. Is that clear?
Yes, Naveen.
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you mean by accounting? So here we will have a n number of rules, principles, clear? Concepts will be there in account in this particular language, right? Once, right? How to learn this language means the process of learning, the process of learning, the process of learning account or accounts learning, the process of learning accounts is known as accounting. Means whatever rules, regulation, how to write a journal entry, how to prepare a ledgers, how to prepare a trial balance, how to prepare a P&L account, how to prepare a balance sheet, whatever is there, the rules and principles, whatever we learn, that we call it as an accounting, the process of learning. So in you can see in your academic textbooks, it will have the financial accounting, cost accounting, management accounting. Clear? So it will not have accountancy, chartered accountancy, chartered accounting. Initially, the process at the time of learning, it is considered it as accounting, right? Then what do you mean by an accountancy? What do you mean by accountancy? What we will do? See, for example, intermediate, we have learned our accounting, right? And in +2, we have, degree, we have learned our accounting. And next one, we have studied in our masters, right? After that, what we are going to do? What we are going to do? After our PG or after graduation, what we are going to do? Yes. After completion of your graduation or post-grad, what you people are going to do? What we are doing right now?
Search for a job.
We will search or we will work it, right? So as accountant or whatever accounts payable process or accounts reserve, whatever jobs we have, we are going to do it. So now you got an accounting opportunity. So what we are doing, whatever we learned, now on the job, we are going to implement, correct? Whatever we have learned, those things we are going to implement. Then that is considered as a accountancy. Chartered accountancy. What does it mean? Already they have learned and they are going to implement. Clear? The real implementation. Implementation of whatever learned in accounting. In accounting. Understood now? What do you mean account? What do you mean accounting? Accountancy. Accounting, the process of learning. Accountancy, whatever we learned, the real implementation. Clear? Any questions here? Debit, credit, account, accounting, accountancy. Any questions?
No, Naveen.
Right? So here, as I said that we know debit and credits. Okay. So here we have few basic terminologies we need to understand actually. We need to understand few basic terminologies before understanding the accounting. Right? For example, thumb rule. Remember a thumb rule. We have one concept called entity concept. Entity concept. What entity concept says? What entity concept says is owner and business means it could be organization, it could be a company, it could be anything, okay, which works for profit, okay. Owner and businesses are two different entities or two different persons. Owner and business are two different persons. And thumb rule, whenever we do accounts, we need to consider ourselves as business. Okay, not owner. Understood? So 100% you know this, but still I'm reiterating for everybody's benefit. Okay, owner and businesses are two different persons. Remember this. And whenever we are doing accounts, we need to consider ourselves as a business, not the owner. Even though you have invested, okay, but whenever you are doing accounts, you need to consider yourself as a business, not the owner, right? Understood here? And remember thing, the accounts will be prepared in business point of view. In business point of view, not owner point of view. Not owner point of view. Is this clear? One more thumb rule. Here, what are the thumb rule? Entity concept. What entity concept it says? Owner and businesses are two different persons, right? And whenever we do accounts, we need to consider ourselves as a business, right? Not the owner. And we always prepare the accounts in business point of view, not owner point of view. Understood? So for example, here I need to, for example, Naveen started business with cash. So here, what I need to consider? Who am I in this?
Owner.
No, that's what I'm saying. We, in the sense, here we need to consider ourselves as a business, not the owner. Owner is, I need to consider myself as a business, and Naveen is a separate person. Understood? Yes, no,
Yeah, got it.
right? For example, same thing, Hitesh, right? Hitesh started or introduced, or same started business with cash. So now who are we? Who are we?
Business.
Always remember, we are always business. We are always business. Right? What Naveen is giving to us? What Naveen is giving to us?
Capital.
Cash.
Cash.
That is nothing but to run our activities. Correct? So that is nothing but Naveen started business with cash and Hitesh started. So here we are the business and they are giving us to cash. So the basic terminology, we have capital. So in balance sheet, where we will take capital? Where we will take capital?
Asset
Liability.
side.
Sorry? Asset?
Asset side.
No.
Liability.
Liability, right? What do you mean by liability?
We need to pay back to the owner.
Something which we need to repay. Something which we
Repay.
are own, that is nothing but an asset. Something which we need to repay back is a liability, correct? So why we are calling capital as a liability? Why we are calling capital as a liability?
Because as we are the business, we need to pay back to the
Exactly.
person who has given the money.
Yes. Who is here? Who is giving the money?
Naveen.
Naveen is giving the money. And two, right? And who are we here?
Business.
Business. So Naveen is giving money to us to do our activities, day-to-day activities. But primarily whatever amount Naveen has invested, Naveen has given to us, we need to repay back to Naveen at the end. Correct? Something which we need to repay back. Something which we need to repay back. Then that is considered as a liability. So that is the reason capital is nothing but the owner investment. The owner's investment. Correct? Who is the owner here? Naveen is the owner. And who are we here? Business. So Naveen is giving cash to us, right? The owner's investment is known as capital. Correct? And capital is considered as liability to the business. You know, right? Why it's a liability now? Why capital is a liability?
As we need to pay back to the owner.
Okay. Fine. Next one. Capital. And we know that owner. Okay. So the most important thing here is debtor. Okay. Who is a debtor?
From whom we need to receive the money.
Yeah. Debtor is a person. Debtor is a person from whom, sorry, to whom business owes the money. Owes the money or money's worth. This is money's worth. In other words, from whom business has to receive. Business has to receive. Clear? Business has to receive. That person is known as a debtor. So that's the reason I said cash account debit, not debtor. Debtor will indicate a person. Clear? From whom we need to receive the money. Means we have given we sold him a goods on credit, or we have given a services on credit, and the due date they need to pay us. So debtor considered as an asset to the business. Debtor is considered as an asset to the business. Clear?
When starting sentence like it says to whom business owes means pays,
From
right?
whom we need to receive. Owes in the sense he is liable to pay.
Okay, clear.
Okay. Yeah. Same thing. It's a creditor is an opposite to the business. Means from whom business owes the money. Means business has taken the money. From whom? And business is liable to pay. Business is liable to pay. We need to pay to someone. Then that person is considered as a creditor. Many reasons. For example, we took a loan from him, or we have purchased goods on credit, or we purchased services on credit, right? We are liable to pay to one person. Then that person is considered as a creditor. Understood? So creditor, who is a creditor? Creditor is a person. It is opposite. Creditor is a person from whom business owes. From and to, only two things are changed here. From means we are receiving, to in the sense we are giving. Okay, from whom business owes the money or money's worth. Okay, in other words, he is known as a creditor. He is known as a creditor. Right? We are liable to pay. Then creditor will become an asset or a liability?
Liability.
Liability. Creditor is a liability. Right? So this is nothing but whatever debtor we are calling. So in our MNC environment, we will consider it as a process called accounts receivable process. Accounts receivable process. Now we are calling debtor as a, in SAP, trade receivables. Understood? When it comes to creditor, creditor is nothing but accounts payable. Means we are liable to pay. Payables. Okay, or we can call it as a trade payables. Understood? So debtor and creditor are the persons, right? Debtor means nothing but to whom, from whom we need to receive, right? Creditor is nothing but to whom we need to pay. Debtor is nothing but an asset to the business. Creditor is nothing but a liability to the business, right? Any questions here? The concept of
clear,
debtor and creditor.
Clear.
Right? Okay, next one. Asset. Assets. What do you mean by an asset? Whatever business owns. Whatever business owns, in the sense, whatever business is having. Properties or whatever you call. Whatever business owns are known as assets. Understood? In simple, I'm taking one word. Whatever business owns, then that is considered as those are considered as an assets, right? And same time, what are the different assets we have? Different assets are nothing but, sorry, you said something.
Tangible, intangible.
No, that comes under next layer. Types of assets.
Oh.
Okay. There are two types of assets. So we need to know this clarification. In account groups, we did the same thing. Two types of accounts. Sorry, two types of assets. Okay. One is current assets. One is current assets. I'll put in caps. Current assets. And second one,
Fixed asset.
fixed assets. Fixed assets. Okay. What do you mean by current assets? What do you mean by current assets? Simple. What do you mean by current assets? In the sense, the assets the assets which can be converted into cash quickly. Okay, then those assets are known as a current assets. Understood? The assets which can be converted into cash quickly, which can be converted into liquid, then that is considered as a current assets. Understood? Any questions here?
No.
But same time, you will get a question. Quickly in the sense, how much time? Quickly in the sense, how much time? In other words,
Within 1
Within
year.
a
within a year time. Within a year time. Sorry, someone is asking something. Within a year. Means the assets which can be converted into cash within a year, then those assets are nothing but current assets. Now is it clear? Yes, no? Hello?
clear.
Yeah. But again, one more question. Year in the sense from when? From purchase of an asset? From when to when? So again, we will have one more clarity here because we need to give perfect clarity to opposite person. Right? I said quickly. Again, there is a question. Quickly in the sense from when to when? Then you can say that year, in a year, within a year. But again, there is a question, year in the sense from when? From purchase of an asset or what? Right? Then year in the sense from preparation of one balance sheet to preparation of another balance sheet. Understood? When we will prepare balance sheets, two balance sheets, every day, every month, every week, every month, every quarter, every half yearly, or every year.
Every year.
Every year.
Every year.
Means correct. So now from preparation of one balance sheet to another balance sheet, whatever assets we can convert it into cash or liquid, then those assets are nothing but a current assets. Understood, everyone? What do you mean by current assets? Current assets are nothing but the assets which can be converted into cash within, or you can write it simply straight away, you can say that the current assets are those assets which can be converted within or from preparation of one balance sheet to another balance sheet. Is this clear? For example, somebody asks you, like building comes under a current asset or a fixed asset?
Fixed asset.
Why? Can't we sell the building? Can't we convert into cash from preparation of one balance sheet to another balance sheet? That is nothing but within a year. Can't we convert?
I was having the same question there.
That's what I'll answer. I'll address. See,
Actually,
computer. Is it a fixed asset or a current asset?
Fixed.
Fixed. Same question again.
because we touch, we feel.
Sorry.
No, we can see it, we can touch it.
No, I'm not asking
That's it.
what is tangible and intangible. I'm asking current asset is nothing but which we can convert it into liquid, nothing but cash within a year time, then that is called current asset. So when I take a building, machinery, motor car, or whatever, can't we sell them within a year time?
We can have it.
We can, but why we are calling it as a fixed assets then? Fixed assets in the sense opposite to this. The assets which cannot be converted into cash quickly within a year, or from the assets which cannot be converted into cash from preparation of one balance sheet to another balance sheet, those assets are nothing but a fixed assets. But can't we convert? You said yes, right? But remember one thing, on what basis we are doing a classification? This is a current asset, this is a fixed asset. For example, today you are purchasing a building for the use of business. So at the time of purchase of building, what will be your intention? You want to use it for a longer period, or within a year you want to sell it?
Use for a longer
period.
With the intention of using it for longer period, correct? I have purchased a laptop or something for my business. So what would be my intention? So I'll say that, okay, within a year, this balance sheet I have purchased, and before another balance sheet, I want to sell it. With that particular intention, I'll purchase it.
No.
I will use it for, I want to, I'm not sure. See, in meanwhile, my building, there was some problem with my building. So due to some unforeseen reason, I need to sell it. But at the time of purchases of that particular building, car, or your laptop, computer, machinery, what would be your intention? At the time of purchase, you want to utilize it for longer period, or you want to sell it immediately or within a year time?
Use for longer period.
Longer period. So
For longer
whatever
period.
intention at the time of purchase, according to that intention, we classified it as a fixed assets. Fixed assets means what? The same thing. Fixed asset means what? Okay. Fixed assets. What do you mean by fixed assets? The assets which cannot be converted. I'll just copy this. The assets which cannot be converted into cash quickly, means within a year we can't convert. Okay, from one balance sheet to another balance sheet, whatever assets we can't convert, those assets are nothing but fixed assets. Now understood the clarity difference between your current asset. So what are the examples for current assets? Is nothing but example. Okay, cash in hand. Whatever cash you have, hand in the sense, don't consider whatever liquid cash you have, that comes under current asset. So your bank, in your bank, you have some amount cash. So that is nothing but, we call it as an accounting terminology, cash at bank. Correct? Next one, debtors. Who is the debtor? To whom we have sold goods or services on credit, correct? So we have sold him goods or services on credit. So how he will consider as a debtor? A debtor is current asset. Why? Because what is the payment? See, what is the payment terms? We will give credit payment terms normally. Immediate payment terms means he need to pay immediately, or he need to pay 15 days payment term, 30 days payment term, 45 days payment terms, 60 days payment term, means we will give the 60 days he can pay, 90 days, 120 days, 180 days, maximum to maximum. The credit period we can give up to 240 days, not more than that. We won't give. Clear? If any goods or services you are selling to some person, that is nothing but debtor, right? To your customer. So what is the credit period we will give, in the sense, normally if it is immediate payment terms, or 15 days, 30 days, 45 days, 60 days, 90 days, okay, 120 days, 180 days, max to max 240 days. Max to max 240 days means less than a year time we will give. If anything we can convert into within a year time, then what it will be considered as an, is it current asset or fixed asset?
Current assets.
Current. So that is the reason your debtor is considered as a current asset. Okay. So cash in hand, cash at bank, debtors, right? Like your closing stock. I'm taking only few examples. Closing stock. Next one, prepaid expenses. Closing stock will come at the end, but prepaid expenses, incomes to be received, or incomes to be received, right? So these all are considered as a current assets, which need to be which will be is already cash in hand, cash in bank, are already liquid, and these assets we will convert into cash within 1 year time. Clear? Any questions here? Understood everyone?
No.
What is current asset now? Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And same time fixed assets. As you know the meaning of fixed assets. Okay, again, what are the fixed assets? For example, Fixed assets are again divided into, okay, I'm sorry. Fixed assets are of two types. Fixed assets are of two types. First one, tangible fixed assets. So under fixed assets, under fixed assets, we will have a tangible fixed assets and intangible fixed assets. Intangible fixed assets. So what do you mean by tangible fixed assets? As you said, same thing. Tangible fixed assets. The assets which we can see and touch, those assets are considered as fixed assets. Okay, example, land, building, machinery, okay, anything, land, building, machinery, furniture, etc. Understood? We can touch the land, we can see the land, we can touch the building, we can see the building, we can touch the machinery, we can touch the furniture, right? So these all are considered as a tangible fixed asset. Okay, next one, we have intangible. Intangible fixed assets. What do you mean by intangible fixed assets? Opposite. The assets which we can't see and touch. The assets, sorry, here this should be assets. The assets which we can't see and touch, those assets are considered as intangible fixed assets. Intangible fixed assets. Example, goodwill, patents, trademarks, royalties, etc. Understood now?
Yeah, no.
Clear?
Understood.
So we need to do a lot, but still understood the concept called what do you mean by account, accounting, accountancy, debit credit concept. What do you mean by capital? Why capital is considered, even our own capital is also considered as a liability for us in the sense business, right? And we know that what do you mean by an asset? Asset is nothing but what we own, nothing but we, in the sense here always, whenever I'm using the term called we, need to consider it as a business. Understood? So whatever business, organization or company owns, that is nothing but an asset. Clear? And all those, the assets are again classified into two types, current assets and fixed assets. Current assets, the assets which cannot be converted into cash, right? The terminology quickly here. Quickly in the sense, what is the time limit? 1 year. If I say again 1 year, how much? 1 year in the sense from when? So from preparation of one balance sheet to another balance sheet. So any questions here? Any questions?
No.
Okay, then we will continue tomorrow the same topic Saturday. We will extend a little more. We will see the classification of accounts, right? And how to write a journal entry part classification. We will see that. And one more thing, we will see why our balance sheet. You know that balance sheet. What is balance sheet? What is balance
It's a key for liabilities and assets.
assets? Why both are equal? That we are going to see in tomorrow's session, right? Normally what we will do in our personal balance sheet, we always try to have our assets should be more and our liability should be less or zero. Correct? But here, why we are trying to make it equal? Got my point?
Okay. Yeah.
So we will see more in depth this thing in tomorrow's session. Okay. And I'm not going to share this recording because majority people missed it. Because see, this is an extra session which I'm taking by sacrificing one class. And yesterday, everybody was accepted to have this, or else I would have completed my GL part, right? Is that fine?
Naveen, please share the recording of this.
That's what I'm saying, right? See, yesterday, everybody was accepted a day before yesterday and yesterday. So this, as I said, that is additional session. This is an additional session, which we are taking. So I was expected maximum participants.
Correct, Naveen, but they didn't join. But for future purpose, we require.
I'll 100%, I'll share whoever has attended personally.
Thank you, Naveen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Because once we complete the tomorrow complete session, I'll share it only the people who have presented today, 6 people. Fine. That is also in private mode. The people you can't transfer to any other one. Thank you.
Okay, Naveen.
Thank you.
Thank you.